Hi, so doing my third video on what I'm calling the intersection of Taiko and Western drumming. And on video 3, I'm going to go through 3 more rudiments. I'm going to go through the single stroke 4, the 6-stroke roll, and the Swiss Army triplet, and how I think you could use them when playing Taiko. So let me play each of them first. So you get an idea what the sticking is. So single stroke 4, you have to think about as triplet 1. Right? So if you think triplet 1, triplet 1, triplet 1, triplet 1, right? And there's a single stroke right and left on the 4, right? And what I like about this rudiment is because it ends on the other hand, it reverses your sticking. Goes from the right hand to the left hand, typical for a triplet. The 6-stroke roll has a diddle in it. Right, so it's right, diddle, diddle, left, and then repeats. Okay, that's 6-stroke, right? And then the Swiss Army triplet, which is a very interesting variation on a triplet, and I'm going to demonstrate how the real application of that would be to have one hand on one sound, one drum, the other hand on another different sounding drum. But let's play it on one pad. So it's got a flam in it. Okay, so if you're not sure about the sticking, I can go back to looking at the Percussive Art Society website. You can find all these rudiments. There's a PDF file you can download, and it has very clear explanations on the sticking of all the rudiments. Flam 2 3, flam 2 3, flam 2 3, flam 2 3, and there's a left-handed, right-handed version, depending on which hand is doing the flam. All right. So, what do I think is good about single stroke 4? If you think about this, the single stroke 4 as the triplet 1, right? Triplet 1. But instead of thinking about the 1 as the end of the phrase, think about that last beat as being the beginning of another phrase. Right? So you got a triplet. So I think that's extremely useful for getting into better hand alternating patterns. A lot of times people get into too much right hand heavy playing. You want to get onto your left. So this is a perfect rudiment to get you over on the other hand. Okay, so there's a bunch of single stroke 4s in there, except instead of thinking about the last beat as being the end of the single stroke 4, I was using it as the first beat of another phrase, right? Okay, 6-stroke roll. With all the diddle patterns, I tend to like them on a kane because I think it's easier to diddle on a kane, but they're also more useful in a way to jazz up your kane playing. So this, the 6-stroke. If you think about it, it sounds an awful lot like the Matsuri Taiko pattern. I like to throw the 6-stroke into the Matsuri pattern to jazz it up. So if you go back and look at some of my other videos, I talk about how I like to emphasize the left-right of that Matsuri G. And on the 6, left, right, left, right, left, right. Has the same left-right accent after the diddle, right? So I think that's very handy to mix that up when you're playing the kane for Matsuri Taiko. Okay, Swiss Army triplet. The Swiss Army triplet really has, when you think about it, one rhythm on one hand and another rhythm on the other hand. So all those kinds of patterns sound really nice when you have one sound for the right hand and another sound for the left hand. So if I play the Swiss Army triplet with my right hand on a Taiko, left hand on the shime, opposite, left-handed, right-handed, great application for jazzing up your playing, putting a break in, wanting to have something sound really different, especially if you're playing a kit of Taiko where you have more than one sound. You could do the Swiss Army Flam triplet with one hand on Ka as well. You know, that works. I'd say it doesn't matter what the other hand's on, as long as it doesn't sound the same as, you know, as what the right and the left don't sound the same. If I do it on the shime without, you know, having my hand on something else, it's interesting, but, you know, it sort of sounds like a triplet, right? On the other hand, if I put my hand on something else, then you really hear how that rudiment has a really unique sound. So there you go, that's video number 3. I think I'm going to do one more video on the rudiments, and then I'm going to do a series of videos on hand independence and some Western style playing where you're incorporating hand independence. And again, like on a kit of Taiko or something, how would you incorporate that into playing Taiko? So there you go, have fun, bye.